So here we are on the stream, and today we are going to learn about C programming language basics. Okay, and for that we have its syllabus over here. Sorry, this isn't. We have our C language basics, and we have few steps. हामीसँग केही स्टेपहरू छन्. चाहिँ पहिला देव C++ कसरी इन्स्टल गर्ने. मैले देव C++ इन्स्टल गरेको छैन. मैले VS कोडमा चलाइरहेको हुन्छु, अनि तपाईँ VS कोडमा पनि चलाउन सक्नुहुन्छ. अनि त्यहाँ तपाईँ हाम्रो प्रोग्रामिङ गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ. ओके, अनि अर्को कुरा के छ भने देव C++ म तपाईँले प्रिफर गर्छु कि तपाईँ VS कोड नै युज गर्नुहोस्, बट आई विल शो यु टु युज देव C++ एज वेल. So for that, first of all we will download the dev C++. So हामी के गर्यो, अब पहिला dev C++ लाई डाउनलोड गरौँ. So just dev C++ डाउनलोड. यहाँ हामीले क्लिक गर्यो sourceforge.net. यहाँबाट हामी जस्ट यहाँ क्लिक गर्नु छ and just download it. First of all we need to download it, and our download will now certainly start. Okay, we don't need to worry about it, and our download is started over here, and I think it's taking a much time instead of Ethernet as well, but I think we should do it through Chrome browser, right, because it's fast. So I will use this Chrome browser and just dev C++, dev C++, and we will download it from sourceforge.net. Just we will download it. Now our download will start. Certainly we don't need to worry about it. चिन्ता गर्नु छैन. अनि यहाँ डाउनलोड हाम्रो स्टार्ट भइसकेछ. तबसम्म हामी C++ को केही बेसिक्सहरू थाहा पाएनौँ. सो बेसिक्सको लागि पहिला हामी व्हाइट बोर्डमा जाउँ. इट्स आवर व्हाइट बोर्ड. Need to open first. एउटा नयाँ व्हाइट बोर्ड आयो, अनि यहाँ हामी तपाईलाई बताउँछौँ के हो C++ भने C. ओके, फर्स्ट अफ अल C प्रोग्रामिङ ल्याङ्ग्वेज हामी जुन सिक्दैछौँ, C प्रोग्रामिङ ल्याङ्ग्वेज वाज एक्चुअली डेभलप बाई डेनिस रिची. एउटा मान्छे थियो डेनिस रिची, जुन चाहिँ बेल ल्याबोरेटरी एउटा ल्याबोरेटरिज हो जसले पहिला अपरेसनमा थियो, अहिले चाहिँ अपरेसनमा छैन. जसको नाम, त्यहाँको एउटा साइन्टिस्ट थियो जसको नाम थियो डेनिस रिची. एक्चुअली वाज अ कम्प्युटर साइन्टिस्ट. सो त्यही मान्छेले हाम्रो C ल्याङ्ग्वेजलाई बनाएको थियो, अनि पछि गएर एउटा अझै मान्छे आयो जसले C++ पनि डेभलप गर्यो. सो यसरी हाम्रो डेभलप भयो यो कुराहरू. एन्ड लेट आवर बी डाउनलोड फर्स्ट. टिल देन तपाईँलाई म भन्नु थिएँ भिजुअल स्टुडियो कोडमा पनि तपाईँ C प्रोग्रामिङ गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ. सो आई एम युजिङ भिजुअल स्टुडियो कोड. आई जस्ट ओपन अ न्यू फोल्डर, एन्ड अन द डेस्कटप म एउटा फोल्डर बनाउँछु जसको नाम हुन्छ C ल्याङ्ग्वेज, एन्ड जस्ट इन्टर. So we need to create a folder, new folder over here. We will name it C language. And we will select it, and it's open now. यसरी हामी पछि देव C++ इन्स्टल गरौँला, तर पहिला हामी यो गरिदिउँ. अनि यहाँ C ल्याङ्ग्वेजमा यहाँ फर्स्ट टाइम हामी एउटा फाइल खोल्छौँ जसको हाम्रो नेक्स्ट टपिक जुन छ त्यो तपाईको यहाँ हाम्रो सिन्टेक्सहरू हेर्नुपर्ने हो. तर सिन्टेक्स हेर्नको लागि हामीले पहिला यो हेलो वर्ल्ड प्रोग्राम लेख्नुपर्छ. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट आवर हेलो वर्ल्ड प्रोग्राम. वी जस्ट पुट इट hello.c. यसमा चाहिँ इनफ. सो हामीले गर्नु के छ भने पहिला ह्याज इन्क्लुड, अनि सी ल्याङ्ग्वेजमा इनपुट आउटपुट लागि स्ट्यान्डर्ड इनपुट आउटपुट युज हुन्छ, जसलाई भनिन्छ जसलाई studio.h भनिन्छ स्ट्यान्डर्ड इनपुट आउटपुट। ओके, हाम्रो भिजुअल स्टुडियो कोड यानि कि VS कोडमा युज गर्दाखेरि हामी conio.h युज गर्दैनौँ धेरै जसो गरेर, किनभने यहाँ गेट चिजको पनि काम हुँदैन अनि त्यसपछि क्लियर स्क्रिनको पनि काम हुँदैन। सो वी भेरी रेयरली युज conio.h। कमिङ टु नेक्स्ट पार्ट, विल कम टु मेन एन्ड दिस इज आवर मेन फङ्सन। सो मेन फङ्सन हाम्रो केही यस प्रकार हुन्छ, यसमा प्यारामिटर्स हुन्छ अनि बेग्लै बेग्लै कुराहरू हुन्छन्। त्यसको डेटा टाइप तपाईँ हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ अगाडि इन्ट मेन भनेर। फर्स्ट अफ अल वी निड टु प्रिन्टको लागि हाम्रो एउटा फङ्सन युज हुन्छ जसले भन्छ प्रिन्टएफ फङ्सन। सो प्रिन्टएफ फङ्सनमा यसै लास्टमा एउटा सेमिकोलन नबिर्सिनु होला, त्यो नभए सिन्ट्याक्स एरर आइहाल्छ। अनि प्रिन्ट फङ्सनमा तपाईँ दुईवटा ब्रेसेस दुई साइडबाट, अनि त्यसपछि तपाईँ यहाँ हेलो वर्ल्ड हाम्रो प्रिन्ट गर्नु छ, त्यस विल टाइप हेलो वर्ल्ड। दिस इज आवर हेलो वर्ल्ड प्रोग्राम। अब यसको सिन्ट्याक्स केही बुझौँ हामीहरू। यो ह्याच इन्क्लुड के हो भने हाम्रो जुन studio.h हेडर फाइल छ, एक्चुअलीमा studio.h एउटा हेडर फाइल हो। हेडर फाइल भन्नाले धेरै लाइब्रेरिजहरूको कलेक्सन, धेरै फङ्सन्सहरू ल्याएर एउटा हेडर फाइलमा कन्टेन गरिन्छ, लाइब्रेरिजहरू ल्याएर कन्टेन गरिन्छ। अनि त्यो हेडर फाइल हाम्रो studio.h हो, जसमा हामी इनपुट र आउटपुट दिन सक्छौँ। यसको भेरियस फङ्सन्सहरू, यसको धेरै जसो फङ्सनहरू हामीले पछि पढ्नु पनि छ। ओके, सो अनि इन्क्लुडले के गर्छ कि जुन हेडर फाइलको भित्रको जति पनि कुराहरू छ, हेडर फाइललाई हामीले प्रोग्राममा इन्क्लुड गरिदिन्छ। ओके, अनि यो हामी एङ्गुलर ब्राकेट दिन्छौँ हेडर फाइलको नाम अगाडि। यसले भन्छ कि भाइ मलाई तिमी चाहिएन, studio.h ले भन्छ भाइ मलाई तिमी चाहिएन, तिम्रो भित्रको कुराहरू चाहियो। सो studio.h ले हाम्रो यो कुराहरू गर्छ। ओके, तलतिर आउँ, मेन फङ्सन हाम्रो मेन फङ्सन हो। यो मेन फङ्सन त्यो हो जहाँबाट कम्पाइलर हाम्रो कम्पाइलिङ स्टार्ट गर्छ। अनि यसको एउटा डेटा टाइप दिनुपर्छ कि हाम्रो फङ्सन त दियो तर फङ्सनले रिटर्न कुन भ्याल्यु गर्छ। इन्ट भनेपछि इन्टिजर, डेटा टाइप्स अगाडि छ, अगाडि हामी पढ्छौँ। अनि त्यही रिटर्न भ्याल्यु 0 गर्छ। रिटर्न भ्याल्यु 0 किनभने इन्टिजर छ एन्ड 0 इज एन इन्टिजर भ्याल्यु। त्यसपछि हाम्रो कर्ली ब्रेसेस ओपन हुन्छ एन्ड एन्ड हुन्छ। कर्ली ब्रेसेसको भित्र मात्र तपाईँ लेख्न सक्नुहुन्छ, त्यसको बाहिर लेख्न सक्नु हुँदैन। लेख्नुभयो भने कम्पाइलर त्यहाँ कम्पाइल गर्दैन छिटो। केही केसेसहरूमा गर्छ, जसरी ग्लोबल भेरिएबल्समा गर्छ, तर अहिले ग्लोबल भेरिएबल पढ्न तपाईँको जरुरी छैन। नेक्स्ट हामी प्रिन्टएफ फङ्सन आउँ। प्रिन्टएफ फङ्सन हाम्रो प्रिन्ट गर्छ। सो प्रिन्टएफ फङ्सनले हाम्रो जस्ट स्क्रिनमा प्रिन्ट गर्छ एउटा, एन्ड दिस इज आवर हेलो वर्ल्ड प्रोग्राम। सो जस्ट नाउ वी विल जस्ट सेभ इट एन्ड विल जस्ट रन इट थ्रु कोड। मैले VS कोड कसरी इन्स्टल गर्ने यो सबै कुरा तपाईँ सिकाइसकेको छु, तपाईँ हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। एन्ड हियर इज आवर आउटपुट हेलो वर्ल्ड, यु क्यान सी इट, हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ तल हेलो वर्ल्ड हाम्रो प्रोग्राम आउटपुट आइसकेको छ। सो दिस वाज आवर हेलो वर्ल्ड प्रोग्राम एन्ड सिन्टेक्स तपाईँले बुझिहाल्नु भयो, आई थिङ्क सो। यी बुझ्नु भएन भने फेरि म बुझाइदिरहेको छु। सबभन्दा माथि हाम्रो डकुमेन्टेसन सेक्सन हुन्छ, जस डकुमेन्टेसन सेक्सन भनेपछि हाम्रो यसको माथि पनि एउटा हुन्छ, जुन प्रोफेसनल प्रोग्रामर्सहरूले युज गर्छन्। जस्तै कि हेलो वर्ल्डको प्रोग्राम छ भने यो हेलो वर्ल्ड प्रोग्राम कमेन्ट एउटा हानिन्छ। हेलो वर्ल्ड प्रोग्राम कमेन्ट हाम्रो दुई प्रकारको हुन्छ, एउटा डबल स्ल्यासले जुन कि सिंगल लाइन कमेन्ट हो। डबल स्ल्यास तपाईँ दिनुभयो भने तपाईँको जुन लाइनमा स्ल्यास छ त्यो लाइन मात्र कमेन्ट हुन्छ। अनि एउटा आउँछ मल्टिपल लाइन, तपाईँले गर्नु के छ मल्टिपल लाइनको लागि एउटा स्ल्यास अनि एउटा फेरि स्टार। यसरी गर्नुभयो तल जहाँसम्म छ तपाईँको, अनि अर्कोचोटि फेरि एउटा स्टार आई मिन आस्ट्रिक्स अनि फेरि एउटा स्ल्यास। यो दिएपछि जहाँसम्म तपाईँको छ यो त्यो पुरै कमेन्ट भइहाल्छ। बट वी डोन्ट निड दिस कमेन्ट, हामीलाई यति मात्र चाहियो। तपाईँ हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ यहाँ यतिसम्म मात्र हाम्रो कमेन्ट भयो, तर हामीलाई यो कमेन्टहरू पनि चाहिएन। हाम्रो सिंगल लाइन कमेन्ट इज इनफ फर अस एन्ड वी नो इट बेटर। ओके, तपाईहरुलाई सी प्रोग्रामिङको बेसिक्स थ्योरी नोट्स सबै खोज्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने नोट्स त पाउँदैन, तर नोट्सको म अवेलेबिलिटी गरिदिन्छु नेक्स्ट भिडियो आउँदाखेरि. ओके, and now I think so our file have been downloaded, almost 50% is downloaded, and we just need 50% more time. So it was our syntax. हाम्रो syntax यही थियो. Coming to next part, we have error types. So तपाईको error types यहाँ दुईटा हुन्छ. ओके, पहिलो कुरा हुन्छ error types मा So error types हाम्रो तीन प्रकारको हुन्छ. फर्स्ट हुन्छ हाम्रो syntax error. syntax error भन्छ जुन सिन्टेक्स मैले तपाईलाई बताएँ पहिला डकुमेन्टेसन सेक्सन, त्यसपछि इन्क्लुडिङ सेक्सन भनेपछि हाम्रो जुन यो इन्क्लुड गरिन्छ हेडर फाइलहरु त्यो इन्क्लुडिङ सेक्सन. ओके, त्यसपछि ग्लोबल भेरिएबल्सहरु डिक्लेयर गरिन्छ जुन हामी अहिले डिक्लेयर गरेको छैनौं, पछि डिक्लेयर गर्छौं. त्यसपछि डेफिनेसन सेक्सन आउँछ एउटा. डेफिनेसन सेक्सन भनेपछि हामी जसरी भेरियस फंक्सनहरु अगाडि फंक्सन पनि छ, हामी फंक्सन पनि पढ्छौं. सो फंक्सन्सहरु हामी डिफाइन जब गर्छौं, सो फंक्सनहरुलाई हामी डिक्लेयर पनि गर्नुपर्छ अनि डिफाइन पनि गर्नु, त्यसलाई भन्छ डेफिनेसन सेक्सन. अनि त्यसपछि लास्टमा आउँछ एउटा मेन फंक्सन. सो मेन फंक्सन हामीसँग छ, हामी फंक्सन पछि डिक्लेयर गरौँला, त्यो पनि पढ्न हामीले, डोन्ट वरी फर दैट. सो त्यो सबैमा आउने एररले भन्छ सिन्टेक्स एरर. नेक्स्ट वी हैव is runtime error. runtime error भन्नाले के बुझिन्छ भने जसरी तपाई सिन्टेक्स त युज गर्दिनु भयो. ओके, सिन्टेक्समा मैले युज गर्दै यो सबै प्रोग्राम मैले रन गर्दै, तर मानौ मैले एउटा फंक्सन बनाए, त्यो फंक्सनमा मैले मेन फंक्सन एउटा प्रोग्राम लेखे जसमा दुईटा तीनटा फंक्सन छ, तर त्यसमा मेन फंक्सन छैन. त्यो कम्पाइल त हुन्छ अनि कम्पाइलर नो एरर्स पनि देखाउँछ, तर जब तपाई रन गर्नुहुन्छ भने त्यो रन नै हुँदैन, किनभने त्यसले मेन फंक्सन पनि पाएन. मेन फंक्सन पाएन भने काम गर्दैन, त्यो मात्र भन्छ राइट छ कि रङ छ यति मात्र भन्छ. त्यो हेडर फाइल्स बनाउने टाइममा काम लाग्छ. ओके, नेक्स्ट वी हैव ए सेमान्टिक्स एरर. सेमान्टिक्स एरर यो हाम्रो एरर धेरै नै आई मिन टु से के भनौँ अब यसलाई इन्ट्रेस्टिङ एरर हो. सेमान्टिक्स एरर एउटा इन्ट्रेस्टिङ एरर हो जसले प्रोग्रामरलाई इन्टेन्डेड गरेको हुँदैन. इन्टेन्डेड भनेपछि सिन्टेक्स त यसको राइट हुन्छ, करेक्ट हुन्छ, तर अलिकति कहीँ कहीँ गएर यो तपाईको दिक्कत पार्छ. अनि के हुन्छ भने कि हामीले मानौ तीनटा चारवटा भेरिएबल डिक्लेयर गर्यौं. ओके, तीनटा चारवटा भेरिएबल हामी एबीसी डिक्लेयर गर्यौं अनि त्यो एबीसी मा हाम्रो कन्फ्युजन भयो, आफ्नो प्रोग्रामको दिमागमै कन्फ्युजन भयो. त्यसलाई भन्छ सेमान्टिक्स एरर. जसरी गार्बेज इन गार्बेज आउट हुन्छ त्यसरी नै सेमान्टिक्स एरर नै हुन्छ. एक तरहको त्यही प्रकारको हो, तर त्यो होइन एक्ज्याक्टली. ओके, सो डोन्ट बी कन्फ्युज बिट्विन दैट. नेक्स्ट वी हैव आवर सिन्टेक्स इज कम्प्लिटेड. हाम्रो सिन्टेक्स सक्यो, एरर टाइप्स पनि सक्यो, हेलो वर्ल्ड प्रोग्राम हामीले हेरिसकेका छौं. अनि नाउ इट्स टाइम फर डेटा टाइप्स. डेटा टाइप्समा हाम्रो एक्चुअलीमा बेसिक्स भनेसी सी प्रोग्रामको बेसिक्समा हाम्रो 5 वटा डेटा टाइप्स हुन्छ. जसरी कि एउटा फर्स्टमा हुन्छ इन्ट जुन चाहिँ इन्टिजर भ्यालु लिन्छ. सेकेन्डमा हुन्छ क्यार, यसले क्यारेक्टर तथा स्ट्रिङ दुवै लिन्छ. ओके, थर्डमा हुन्छ हाम्रो फ्लोटले हाम्रो डेसिमल भ्यालु लिन्छ. डेसिमल भ्यालु भनेपछि के भनौँ अब यसलाई इन्टिजरको साथमा जुन पोइन्ट पछि जुन नम्बर आउँछ त्यसलाई भन्छ डेसिमल भ्यालु. ओके, नेक्स्ट वी हैव डबल. डबलले के गर्छ तपाईको, डबलले ठुलो ठुलो फ्लोट भ्यालुजहरु लिन्छ. ओके, जसरी कि फ्लोट भ्यालुज हाम्रो 10 डिजिटको छ 12 डिजिटको छ भने त्यो लिन्छ बुझ्नुभयो अनि त्यसपछि आउँछ एउटा भेरी कमन void डेटा टाइप void डेटा टाइपले हाम्रो कुनै पनि टाइपको डेटा लिँदैन void भनेपछि तपाई बुझ्ने यस्तै बुझ्न सक्नुहुन्छ केही पनि छैन so void is nothing but an empty data type which does not return any value okay so void हाम्रो त्यो डेटा टाइप हो we will write its program as well so we have almost completed its 34 point this much left and we have here okay it will be done soon we don't need to worry okay तबसम्म हामी डेटा टाइपको फंक्शन्स गरौँ so it was our hello world program so we just saved it and we'll create a new that is our data type program so we'll just write data dot c okay अनि यहाँ जस्तै कि फर्स्टमा डकुमेन्टेसन सेक्सन सो इट्स नट नेसेसरी त्यति जरुरी पनि हुँदैन यो सबै कुराहरू तर हामी यसलाई युज पनि गर्दैनौँ त्यही जसो गरी यो ठुल्ठुलो प्रोग्राम जब लेखिन्छ त्यो बेला यो युज गरिन्छ सो विल जस्ट राइट इट राइट नाउ फर नाउ एन्ड हियर वी हैव इट डेटा टाइप्स प्रोग्राम so it's our data types program and now including section so we just have hashtag include studio.h and now we have main function हाम्रो मेन फंक्सनमा यहाँ तपाई आर्गुमेन्ट्स हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ आर्गुमेन्ट्स भनेपछि फंक्सनमा कुनै पनि भेरिएबल पास गरियो त्यसलाई भन्छ आर्गुमेन्ट ओके त्यो आर्गुमेन्ट्सलाई कुनै काम हुन्छ केहीमा काम हुँदैन जसरी void टाइप छ भने काम हुँदैन जसरी मैले भर्खर भने सो अनि इन्टिजर टाइप छ भने काम हुन्छ त्यसको रिटर्न भ्यालु गर्नमा चाहिँ भ्यालु कसैसँग लिनमा ओके सो नाउ कमिङ प्रोसिड we have here data types and now we'll just declare some data types like first integer and we'll put num1 it means number 1 is equals to I'll put the value 569 and just semicolon this much is enough we have हामीसँग integer को value maximum 32767 सम्म हुन्छ 32767 यति हाम्रो म्याक्सिमम भ्यालु हो इन्टिजर को अनि माइनस मा पनि हुन्छ त्यसले इन्टिजर को ओके we will just put char so char will put letter is equals to I will put it in single quotes किनभने क्यारेक्टर लागि सिंगल कोट्स युज गरिन्छ अनि स्ट्रिङ को लागि डबल कोट्स so I will just put it here d this much is enough for character only जहाँ तपाईलाई स्ट्रिङ चाहियो भने char अनि त्यसपछि यस्तो brackets तपाईले दिनुपर्छ big brackets or you can say square brackets for what reason for the reason that you can use it to store multiple characters okay I will just put the value here 5 and what happens to 5 is 5 भएपछि के हुन्छ भने हाम्रो जुन भित्र 5 वटा लेटर मात्र कन्टेन गर्न सकिन्छ जसरी मैले 5 भनेपछि मैले यसमा नेपाल लेखे अब यो नेपाल भन्दा बढी लिनै सक्दैन किनभने यसमा 5 वटा लेटर भइसकेछ ओके so it was our string type next we have is float so float we will put it number 2 float we have number 2 अनि नम्बरहरुमा कहिले पनि तपाई डबल कोट्स या सिंगल कोट्स नदिनु होला किनभने यसले त्यो नम्बरलाई इन्टिजर बनाइ सरी क्यारेक्टर बनाइदिन्छ so I just put it here 985.324 हाम्रो फ्लोट भ्यालुले के गर्छ भने जति हाम्रो इन्टिजर भ्यालु छ त्यो इन्टिजर भ्यालु अनि पोइन्ट पछि 6 वटा अझै भ्यालुहरु दिन्छ फ्लोट भ्यालु फ्लोटिङ भ्यालु ओके नाउ वी हैव डबल double, we'll put it as num3, and num3 is equals to, we'll put it 9, 8, 5, 6, 7, 6, 1, 2, 3, something like this, and we'll just put it like 1, 2, 3. So हाम्रो यो जुन फ्लोट भ्यालु छ, फ्लोटको जति रेन्ज हुन्छ 32767 32767 इन्टु 32767, त्यसको स्क्वायर गरेपछि हाम्रो म्याक्सिमम भ्यालु जति हुन्छ त्यति हाम्रो फ्लोटको साइज हुन्छ, सरी डबलको साइज हुन्छ। ओके, अनि अब पालो यसले प्रिन्ट गर्नको लागि, सो फर्स्ट अफ अल विल प्रिन्ट द इन्टिजर भ्यालु। सो फर द्याट विल हामीले डबल कोट्स ओपन गर्ने, डबल कोट्स किनभने यसको भित्र जुन स्ट्रिङ हुन्छ त्यो स्ट्रिङले मात्र प्रिन्ट गर्छ, अनि त्यसपछि यसो कमा दिएर भेरिएबलको नाम पनि लेखिन्छ। सो विल जस्ट पुट द स्ट्रिङ, सरी द इन्टिजर भ्यालु इज, त्यसपछि हामीले एउटा डाल्नुपर्छ पर्सेन्टेज डी भनेर। पर्सेन्टेज डी किनभने पर्सेन्टेज डीले हाम्रो इन्ट भ्यालु रिप्रेजेन्ट गर्छ। ओके, पर्सेन्टेज डीले इन्ट भ्यालु, डेसिमल नम्बर सिस्टमको हाम्रो भ्यालुजहरू हुन्छ यसलाई इन्ट भ्यालु भनिन्छ। ओके, सो वी जस्ट राइट द भेरिएबल नेम। नेक्स्ट ओभर हियर वी हेभ num1. ओके, next we will put it again, printf, and we have the character value is, हाम्रो क्यारेक्टरको लागि पर्सेन्टेज सी युज हुन्छ किनभने द्याट इज क्यारेक्टर, अनि स्ट्रिङको लागि पर्सेन्टेज एस, फ्लोटको लागि पर्सेन्टेज एफ, तर डबल फ्लोटको लागि डबलको लागि हाम्रो पर्सेन्टेज एलएफ युज हुन्छ। एलएफ किन, लङ फ्लोट। ओके, सो वी हेभ जस्ट कम्प्लिटेड दिस, एन्ड नाउ वी हेभ हाम्रो लेटर छ, क्यारेक्टर लेटर, इट्स इनफ फर अस। ओके, वी विल जस्ट द स्ट्रिङ भ्याल्यु, the string value is percentage s, s किनभने s हाम्रो स्ट्रिङको लागि युज हुन्छ, त्यसको लागि हामी yes हाल्छौँ यहाँ। अनि हाम्रो क्यारेक्टर जुन स्ट्रिङ छ त्यो हामी क्यारेक्टर त लेख्यौँ तर क्यारेक्टरमा हामी भेरिएबलको नाम दिएनौँ। सो वी विल गिभ द नाम भने मैले, सरी फर द्याट, विल गिभ द नेम, एन्ड वी हेभ लेटर डी, सो वी राइट द वर्ड, and its size is 5, so we'll just put it here, word. Okay, now we have next, हामीसँग अर्को छ float value, floating point value. So we have floating value is percentage f. Why percentage f? यो floating value लाई represent गर्छ आउटपुट डेटमा, ठिक छ। So percentage f, and we have its num2. Okay, again we will put 1, and we have the double value, is percentage, not f, not d, percentage lf. Why? Because it's a long float just named as double, so we'll put it as num3 because we have num3 value as a float double value. So we'll just now save it, we'll just compile it. Let's see what are the errors over here. I don't think there are any errors, but let's see it. So we have is, here you can see it's not breaking the line, because for breaking the line we need special escape characters that are called backslash and yen. It breaks the line. Okay, backslash and yen, it's break the line. In every statement, either in the middle, wherever you want to break the line, you can put backslash and yen, it will break your line. You can see it's directly over here, you can see it. And coming next, they have so the string value is word, so we are getting this as our output as well. So I think there is already a thing called a special variable called word, so we'll put another variable, we'll just put it as letter 1. And we'll put it as letter 1, and now we will save it, and now we will run it. So what is our output over here right now? Let it come down. Still it's giving, I think there are some errors in double values, sorry, in character values. Okay, so we don't need to worry for that. And now you can see the integer value as 569. We have input 569. You can get it. The character value is D. Here is our D. The value is Nepal, so we are getting it as value Nepal. Okay, and we have float value, the same float value you can see, but you can see here as a 4, and here are something like 3975. It's approximately the same, but why is it giving so? Because of the errors in above statements. Okay, and you can calculate these numbers are the same. Check it once, and we have, as I told you, it will give 6 values after that point, and we just put it here as percentage point 2f. It will give only 2 values, and now if we compile it once again, so we'll get it only 2 values, that is 985.32. if you put it here 3, it will give you 3 values. So we'll just compile it right now, and it can give you only 3 values. You can see 3 to 4, it's a 3 values. Okay, so it is something like this. You can see that's why it is giving like this double, it's giving the value in double, that why there was error. Okay, and we have a Nepal, and it's our character Nepal. Okay, so we don't need to worry for that, that's nothing. And now it's our data type is completed. Let's check. I think we have downloaded, our download is completed, and absolutely our download is completed, so we don't need to do it right now. Let's go to download folders. We just need the C++ file, and I just copied it over here in setup. I will just copy, open it, and just click on yes, so that you can install it. It is unpackaging the data, it will take some time. Now we have language as English language, so we'll just press on OK, and you can read the agreement. You must read it before installing any softwares. Just read it, and I agree. I have read it already. So we need to install full software because I need full things. You can use it minimal, save, custom as you wish, but I'll use it full. Okay, and now I will install it in the following default folder. You can also change the folder, but I won't change the folder. I will just let it be installed first. So we need to install full. files are being installed. Just wait for some time. It needs to be installed. And now we have installed this dev C++. Now we are going to run it, and let's just finish it right now. And you can see a shortcut over here. So you need to check your language, which language you prefer. Either it's Chinese, it's this, or English. I will put the English only. Next, we need the look. So for that look, we don't need any else thing. We just put it as it was normal before. I will put it as century look. Okay, and we will just put it as GSS hacker. It will give you some new look, some confidence. Let's put the value as icons as blue, and let me change it once again. It's better to be ADL black. Now we will just put it next and just OK. Now our dev C++ has been started. Let's open. We have learned how to install our dev C++ file. So we'll just now create a new project, and project will be of console application, because in C almost we are using is only console application. Okay, so we'll just name our project as C language project, C language, and we'll just press it OK. If you do it, you can save your project. So I will just save the project on my desktop. I will just save it. So we have saved it. You can see the main C++ files .cpp. Either you use CPP or C++ or C language, that's nothing, but we are currently learning the C language, so we'll just use it as main source file as C source file. We'll put it as we have next topic is first of all, let's check our next topic. So we have data types topic we have completed right now. Currently we completed. Now we have operators. So I will just put it as operators .c, or it will automatically take the C because you have put it save as type C, so it's C type. Okay, now what we need to do is we have to include our files, and we'll just put it as studio.h. to the name, and let's give it as return 0. Why we write return 0 at first? Because in case we forgot to close our brackets, our return 0 will help us to do that. Okay, now we have today is operators. We have here operators, and for operators we will just do nothing. I mean not nothing, but we will just check out our operators, how many operators are there. So we have some operators. We have, first of all, rub this all, and now coming to the operators. So we have first of all arithmetic operators. Okay, secondly we have logical operators, thirdly we have relational operators. Okay, and letter wise we have as unary operator, ternary operators, but we don't need them maximally. We maximum need this kind of operators, that is arithmetical, logical and relational. So we will learn accordingly per it. Okay, so first of all we will learn about arithmetic operators. So we have arithmetic operators as plus, minus, multiply, divide, and one is modulus. Okay, if you have studied in class 9 or 10 about modulus. What does it do? It gives the remainder only of the given equations. Okay, so we'll do it. First of all, we'll do arithmetic, then logical, then relational. So we just discussed about this arithmetic. The plus sign gives the sum, the minus sign gives the what's the difference, the multiply sign gives the product, the division sign gives the quotient, and the modulus sign gives the remainder. So let's check it once. Now we are operators. So first of all, we'll do this program of operators. So we'll just take two values, that is integer value num1 comma num2. But before the learning that operators, we need to learn one more thing, that we are taking input from user right now. In case we are taking input from computer, I mean to say from programmers. We are currently giving the input and doing calculations. But in case we have to take input from the user, then how can we take it? For that we use scanf function. Mostly it is used as scanf function. So what is that is, first of all we need to give an it is called first of all we need to give a screen message to user, that's a please input, like input the values, of the numbers. Okay, nextly we need to use our scanf function. So we have scanf, it's all small, don't be confused. Okay, and C language is case sensitive language, so you must use very clearly for this. Okay, now we have scanf function. For that we need to input two integer values, as I told you already. For integer value you use %d and sequentially %d. It will give us two inputs, but on which variable to input which number. So for that we use address operator. Ampersand is called ampersand, or simply address. So we have first of all address as num1. We'll input our first value in num1. We'll input our second value in num2. So num2. In this way we can input numbers or any other data types or data from the user, as I told you already. %s for string, %c for character, %f for float value, %lf for long value, double value. Okay, now we need what? We need operators. So for that as well we'll declare some float values, because operands result can be float or anything, you can say integer. So I'll just put some values, just like sum, difference, df for difference, tr for product, ku for quotient, and rem for reminder. Okay, now we will put the value in sum, and we have the sum value as num1, and this is our operator, plus num2. We are using sum operator, difference as num1 minus num2. Okay, and we have product as product operators. For that we need num1 into num2. I forgot something, that is a space, and num2, and this is our product. Now we need quotient. So for quotient, especially we are using float value for quotient, so for that we need quotient, and we will put it as num1 divided by num1 divided by num2, or anything as you want, as you wish. You can do it. I am putting num1 as sequentially, num2 as sequentially, but you can put anything, any variable which you want. Okay, for remainder we will use num1 modulus as percentage sign, and here num2. So our calculation is completed. Now we need to print this value. So how can we print this value? For printing value we need just printf function. As I told you already, we need printf function, and we have printf. Just put it as sum equals to %d or %f. You can say %f. For value that we need after point is only 2 digits, then we can use 2, 3, then 3, 0, then 0. So we'll just put that sum. And now we can just copy it and now paste it down. And we'll just put it as value div or variable name. I'll put it difference. We'll give our variable pro as our product, and for product we'll use only %2f. That's enough for us. In professional programming we use much more things, but we are not professional programmers, but we are on the way. And in the middle of this session I will tell you something very interesting. Just keep watching this and keep waiting for that. And next we have is quotient. Let's use %.2f. okay, and with comma we'll use it our quotient QUO. Now it's done. So it's only our remainder time. Put as remainder remdem, and our remainder can come in 0f. We'll put it in 0f, but we don't need it after point. Okay, put it remainder, and we just saved it right now. Now we need to compile it. So for execution we have here compile and run. For compile we need F9, for running we need 10, for compile and run both we need F11. So we just compile and run, and it will take some time. Let's compile and run it. You can simply press F1, but I showed you. And here you can see input the values of numbers. So first of all we forgot one thing, that is /n in our output. What does /n do is breaks our line. So we forgot that /n. So first of all we need to write the /n, and just we put it actually it's a backslash, so don't be confused between /n and \n. It's our escape characters, and here we have /n. Put it here as well because we need to break the line. And now we just compile and run it. So it's been compiled. So we need values. So on the first value I will put it as 98. On the second value I will put it 24. Okay, now as I press enter, it will give all the outputs same. So our value is, if we sum 98 and 24, it will give us 122. Yes, it's correct. If we subtract 24 from 98, it will give us 74. Yes, it's correct. If we multiply 98 by 20 into 24, It's 2352. Yes, it's correct. And in quotient it will give us 24 by 98. So we have here only quotient. Okay, we didn't have got any remainders. Because why didn't we got remainders? Because the values we have entering are of integer type, that's why. Okay, 24 into 4 is 96. And why we didn't get any after point? Because it's the value of integer, and integer doesn't support float value. Okay, and as we told already, 24 into 4 it's 96 and remainder is 2, so we have here 2. Finish. And now let's try it once again using the float value. Okay, so we'll put over here there is percentage f and percentage f. We just did it. I'll run it once again. Invalid operators of float and float to binary operators. So we have one error. You can see invalid operands float and float to binary operator percentage. It means to say that if we put modulus, okay, when does modulus works? If there is remainder. But if we have values in point, then modulus doesn't work. So for that purpose we just comment it, and now we'll run it. So we are running it right now, and first we will put the same value, that is 98, and the next is 24. So now you can get, okay, why you get the remainder is 0? Because you didn't have anything as a remainder. We didn't calculate anything as a remainder. Okay, and it was our operators, arithmetic operators. So we'll just save it, and it was just, let me rename it, rename the files. We have it operators.c. we will put it as arithmetic operators.c, because we need more operators as well. So we put it as arithmetic operators.c. okay, so coming to next, what's that? Oh, it is our logical operators. Okay, so for logical operators we have some values, we have some operators. Okay, we don't need to worry about it. We have 3 logical operators, that is AND operator, OR operator, or NOT operator. Okay, we have 3 logical operators: AND operator, OR operator, or NOT operator. What does AND operator do is, if both values are true, it means if we have 2 inputs or more than 2 inputs, if all the values are true, if all the values are 1, then it gives the value 1, else it will give 0 value. Okay, this was about AND operator. Next, coming to OR operator. What does OR operator do is, if all the values are off, I mean to say if all the values are 0, then it gives the output 0. If any of the values is 1, it gives the output 1. Okay, if it's 1 0 1, then it will give 1. If it's 0 1, then it will give 1. If it's 0 0 0 0 1, then also it will give 1. So we don't need anything, as we can say it's just opposite of AND operator. Okay, what is NOT operator now? What NOT operator do is, if the value is 1, it converts it to 0. If we put 1 NOT, it will become 0. If we put 0 NOT, it will become 1. Okay, So it was our value AND operator. So AND operator is mainly used in conditions. While using conditions, when we use condition, I will show you that. Logical operators. Coming to next, we have relational operators. Okay. Now we have relational operators. So what are relational operators? As we know, relational operators are of many types, such as less than, greater than, equal to. Actually, equal to is given like this as double equal to in C program, in any programming language, because a single equals to means assignment operators. Okay, so assignment operators, I will teach you that as well, but now currently we are on this. So equal to gives us assignment and double equals to gives us equal to operator. Okay, next we have greater than equal to, or less than equal to, or greater than equals to. It's not here, it's not here, it's here. Or simply equals to. Okay, or not equal to. There is also one called not equal to. So it comes under both conditions. It is under logical as well as relational as well operator, because it gives the value as the if a condition is equal or not. It gives in if condition. So these are used in conditional statements. Coming soon, we are using conditional statements, and in the conditional statements we will continue our all the values. Okay, and now we need to start our conditional statements. So first of all, we need to C language, which is a new file. We will name it as, rename the file. We'll use this condition op. Why op? Because op will give us, as we left two types of operators in previous chapter, that is operators chapter, and that two operators we are using this condition. So we'll just write it with .c to give it C syntax. But I forgot to tell you about one more operator, and that is most essential operator called assignment operator. Okay, so what is assignment operator? Assignment operator is the equals to operator, the equals to which we just used in sum, difference, division, multiplication. It's assignment operators. What does it do is, it assigns the right value into the left variable. I repeat, right into the left. Okay, it does not assign from left to right, but it assigns from right to left. If you think that you write C is equals to 1, it's correct, then yes, it's correct. But if you write 1 equals to C, then it will give you error in computer programming. Okay, because it's wrong syntax. This is also called syntax error, and this is correct syntax. Okay, so it was an assignment operator. We will learn it as well in the same conditional operators. So today we are going to cover only up to conditional operators. Later on the next streaming, we'll also cover our, so we have here dev C++, so we'll just put it as conditional today. We'll just, I need to do this much worry, just copy from here and just paste it. And just copy and paste it again, just copy it. While programming, remember one thing: you must give tabs, otherwise you will forget what you are writing. All will be mixed up. Okay, so you must give tabs while programming. So we are discussing about conditional operators. So conditional operator means simply we can say comparing two values. Conditional means if-else statements are called conditionals, or also called branching statements. Okay, so we have a branching statement. First of all, we need to declare some values: int n1 comma n2 comma n3, and we will just put an integer value. There is nothing much, and we'll just put it one is bigger value. We are finding greatest among among three numbers, and this much is enough. First of all, we need to take input from user. So we will ask the input from user /n input value of numbers we'll scan the value, and now we have our percentage d, again percentage d, and again percentage d. We have variables as n1, n2, and the last is n3. Let's put a semicolon over here. And now we have taken the input. Now we need to compare the value, which one is greater. So first of all, we will do is logical operators. Okay, so what are logical operators? I already told you: and, or, and not operators. Okay, so we will just put first if statement. If you studied if in QDES 6, any other language, if you are new, then if is a statement then that helps to compare two or more than two values. Okay, but in only if statement we can compare only one value. So in if else if we can compare many values, in if else we can compare only two values. So we will use only if statement over here, and in if statement we will just first relational and operators. So we just put n1 greater than greater than n3. It means if n1 is greater than n3, and operator means if this is also true and the next one is also true, and n1 is also greater than n2, then it's our obvious thing that the greatest one is n1. Okay, big is equals to n1. Okay, now we will just need to print it. So the greatest is put a /n over here, and the greatest is percentage d and put it as big. This is our only if statement. It will execute only if n1 is greater than both n1 and n2, sorry, n3 and n2. Just execute it once. So we'll just compile and run it. Oops. First we need to save it. Save as, we have C language, and we will just put it as syntax.c. we'll just save it. Okay, now we need to execute it. We'll just compile it. So we have some errors over here, and that error is actually in the make file, that is bin file .cc. so we don't need this. This error is an obvious error, so we just so what is our thing is, we have error as collect2.exe receipt for target.c. Why it's being like this? Because we saved the file as wrong. We need to save as again. Why? Because it was already C source file. And we have data. Oops. Let's check it once. So we have C language over here. What is our C language making? Is data. Open it once. So we have our data types here. Yes. It's being wrong. We are saving it in wrong location. So we just need to save as, and we just need to do it on desktop. Source file as C, and we just need to save it, and now we need to execute it. I hope something is, what is wrong here is that the files, let me say it first. Multiple definition of main. Yes. Okay. First of all, we left a value over here. This is this value, and we just, if it's giving a what the problem is, we are using it under the same project called main, called C language, and in that project actually what is happening is we are using two main functions. So we have one main function as this also, and second main function as this also. This is the error of function, so it's not our problem right now. Just we can do is we can just copy it all. Okay, just create a new file, and it's we can just paste it over here, and we can save it, and we can save it as operators. Operator.c. and now we need to just compile it, and now it will give us the output. What was happening there is we put two main functions in a single language, in a single project. So now we need to input the values. So first value we will input is 98, that's the value of our n1. Second value will be 65, n2, and 32 as n3. So the greatest is 98. You can see it over here. So why greatest is 98? We are using only if condition. If you put another values like this, like we can see, first is 98, second is 521, and third is 25, it will give us no output. Okay, so if we put else as well, as we have 3, so we don't, sorry, before else, right, let's do it with OR operator. You just simply press the shift and backslash button on keyboard, then you can get this operator, that is our OR operator, and you can just save it. And now we can, if we execute it, if n1 is any of the conditions is true, like 128 and 152 and 152, then the greatest is 98. Why greatest is 98? Because we are using OR operator, and this is our wrong value, because we don't need OR operators in this. And now if we put as else statement, so we just print our error output, and will not give this. Okay, next we will put as else if statements, else if in else if condition, we will just put the condition as for n2, and we'll just put the condition like this: if n2 is greater than n3, and we are using AND operators, n2 is greater than n1, the greatest is big, and big is equals to n2. And in this error output, instead of this error output, we can just put it as big is equals to n3, because if n1 is not greatest, n2 is not greatest, it obviously n3 is greatest. Okay, so this was our this, and now we just left single operator, that is our NOT operator, that I will explain you after this example. Okay, and after that our session will be finished for today. We just saved it, and we'll just execute it, compile and run. So we will input two values, that is 985 and 652 plus 321. The greatest is 985. We have the right input here. Now you can input any values and it will give the right, because it's the right program. You can get it right here. The greatest is 3325. You can get it. So this was our program for greatest among three numbers. And now we need a single program for so we put it as comment over here. So this was our comment, and for and NOT operator we are using NOT. So for NOT operator I will just suggest you that put an if condition, and just if n1 is not equals to n2, it means printf. We have both are not equal. Okay, we have this value, because if this statement will be true, then it will print both are not equal. If this statement will be false, then it will print both are not both, it will print nothing, simply it will print nothing. But we can also use else statement over here, and in else, sorry, and we can just copy it and paste it over here, control C and control V. So we'll just put it as both are equal. So here you can see we are using equation. So first of all, before that we need to use double equal to operator. I forgot that, and just I remembered it, and just we need to change this that both are equal, both are not equal. Okay, so we'll just do it, and now we just compile it. Value of n1 I will put it as 65. Next value I will put 65 because n1 is equals to n2, and the next value I will put as 98. So it will give our output that both are equal. It means n1 and n2 are equal. Okay, we'll just do it again, and you can see any of the results that 98 in the first value, again 96, and in 65, then it will print not equal. Why not equal? Because n1 is not equal to n2. Okay, now instead of this double equal to, we will put not equal to. Simply shift and 1 on the keyboard. Above Q there is 1. If you press that, then you can get not option, not. So we'll just now compile it, and now we'll give the same input as we gave it before, just like 65 and 65 and 98. It was our first input. Both are not equal, but both are equal, you can see it. Okay, try to understand my thing. Both are equal. Why it is showing not equal? Because you are using not operator. Okay, so again we will compile this, and we will put the second value as we put it before, 98 and 96 and 65. It is giving both are equal. Why is it so? Because we are using not operator. If it's false, then it will give us true value, and if it's true, it will give us negative value. So it was our today's session. In next session we will be learning about nested if, and also if else statement and switch, continuing with looping and functions. Okay, that was, thank you.